Welcome everyone! Today I'll be reviewing the Soundpeats TruEngine 3 SE True Wireless Earbuds. Soundpeats really upped the ante on the original TruEngine SE with the 3 SE, and they have impressive upgrades like a slimmer design, CVC 8 noise cancelling, dual mics per bud, 4 mics in total, and they continued with the dual 6mm drivers of awesomeness. I've been using the Soundpeats TruEngine 3 for biking, working out, running, listening to EDM, hip hop, classic rock, and pop music for quite a while actually to complete this review. And in this review, I'm going to cover the specs. I'm going to cover the microphone quality, the sound quality, the latency with aptX on and off. I'm going to cover their maximum volume, and I'm going to give you my overall impression of the Soundpeats TruEngine 3 SE. Hey, if you're one of my regulars, thanks for all the feedback. If you're new to my channel, remember I keep stats for all the earbuds that I review on an earbud comparison page on my website. You can get to my website here. I just updated the website comparison. I know we're having some problems with it, but it does work. You gotta kind of let the page load before you can actually do the comparison. Anyway, if you like my reviews, click the subscribe button. Follow me on social media. Give me a shout out there. Appreciate it all. Let's get started with some specs. So let's talk about the case. I mean, the case is about the same size as the original TruEngine SE case. It does fit in my 5th jean pocket. It's fairly small. It's got a decent magnetic closure and a great magnetic mounts for the earbuds. Now the case feels nice to the touch. It's kind of a matte finish that's not slippery at all. But the cases are a little bit more angular than the original, which was more like almost like a clamshell, but not in the shape of a clam, but nice smooth edges. This one is very angular on the edges. The case is upgraded, however, to charge via USB-C cable, and now the buds will last 6.5 hours per charge with a total of about 30 hours with the case. The case also has 4 lights on the inside of the case indicating the charging level, so I guess it's roughly about, 1 additional charge per light that's on inside the case. The buds continue to be IPX5 sweaty workout ready. And oh yeah, my favorite thing to mention, the earbuds are really easy to place into and take out of the case. No worry about fat fingers being able to pick up those buds. Now, the TruEngine 3 SE have decent Bluetooth range. I tested them about 50 feet and I didn't really have any problems with them during any of my workouts, runs, or bike rides. Both of these earbuds will also work in mono mode, and even though they don't have active noise cancellation or ambient pass-through mode, they do provide a decent amount of passive noise isolation when you correctly seal the tips in your ears. Now, for audio, they do have aptX and SBC. I found that they were really good for watching videos on YouTube and Netflix. For playing games, I tried some sniper, first-person shooter type games, and they lag. But here's my unofficial latency test with both aptX on and off. Now, the TruEngine 3 SE have 2 microphones on each bud, and they have CVC 8 noise cancelling built in. I mean, these are great specs. In fact, these are the best specs that I've seen on any Soundpeats product to date. And I think I've tried most of the earbuds except for maybe the TruEngine itself. So what I'm gonna do here is give you my outdoor MicSeries test and let you decide for yourself what you think of the mics.
All right, we're doing a little bit of a recording here. It's about, the sun's going down. It's going to be a little bit of a tough angle, but this is a simultaneous recording with the Soundpeats TruEngine 3 SE. The Soundpeats TruEngine 3 SE. All right, we're doing a little bit of a recording here. It's about, the sun's going down. It's going to be a little bit of a tough angle, but this is a simultaneous recording with the Soundpeats TruEngine 3 SE. The Soundpeats TruEngine 3 SE. Jeep Cherokee, he's not going very fast. That guy was flying. That's a Toyota, not a loud car. This Jeep is going really slow. Actually, these TruEngine 3 SE have a lot of noise isolation, so I can hear myself talking inside my head as much as I have no idea how loud I'm talking. It's blocking out a lot of the sound of these cars, and I'm not a big fan of that for running. So far, the sound quality is better than the TruEngine SE in my opinion. So if the microphones, which are dual microphones on each bud, and CVC 8 noise canceling, if they work well with all these cars going by, that's going to be, hey, these will be the best microphones. These are the best microphones on any Soundpeats Bud product that I've seen. So I'm pretty excited to see what the audio quality is coming off this mic set. All right, let's call it.
Now the TruEngine 3 SE have dual 6mm drivers, and they are sized and shaped more ergonomically to protrude a little bit less than the original SE from your ears. Their ergonomic design will use kind of the contours of your ear to stabilize themselves in your ear, but they do actually require to be fairly deeply set in your ear canal for the greatest bass response. And they do ship nicely. They ship with 3 sizes of silicone ear tips that'll fit most ears, and they ship with 1 pair of CompliFoam ear tips, which definitely, you know, they're a little bit difficult to put in. You roll them up, you put them in, they expand in your ears, and they're going to give you more sound isolation, and they're going to give you better audio response as well. Now with those CompliFoam tips, I don't recommend using those for working out or running, because your sweat will break down that foam and it will accelerate their demise. And when you wear these earbuds with the correct tips, they're very comfortable for longer periods. I've been wearing them a lot and I've had no issues with wearing them. Now the touch controls control everything, including volume, and they have great audible confirmations from a lot of the different touch commands, like skipping to the next song, increasing the volume, powering on, connecting to your phone. And those controls are really to use even when you're running. So keep in mind, again, when I say that with these buds, you do have to fiddle around with how tightly they seal in your ears if you're going to run with them. If you want to have maximum awareness and reduced occlusion while you're running, it is workable, but it is a little bit of work because they do want to seal pretty deeply in your ears, and you know I really don't like that for running. But let's talk about sound quality. And listen, if I say anything in here that makes it sound like these are not a great sounding earbud, I'm making a mistake. These sound tremendous, but I do want to compare them to the original TruEngine SE in some way, shape, or form so that the original owners know what they can expect. So compared to the original, they retain excellent bass. I believe they've smoothed out the gap between the bass and the mids, where I feel like it used to be like a crossover in the sound signature. There was just some things missing. Now it sounds super balanced, but voices don't sound quite as forward because they've balanced it out so much, but it sounds great. And there's a ton of detail in what you hear. And they're way louder than the original SEs. These chime in at, and I'll show you here, but at 104 decibels versus the original SE, which were only 95 decibels. So the bass is really punchy, it's tight. The mids and highs are clear and detailed. I don't think you're missing out on anything on these. They sound really good. I really like the sound of a lot of Soundpeats buds, but these sound really spacious. They sound really fluid in the listening experience. In my listening of Fifi from Nicki Minaj, I hear all the bass that I want to hear. I hear the drop in there of the bass. It comes in really hard. I'm not gonna say it's like a sub bass, but it's very, very good. And there's no sibilant, there's no harshness to any of the S sounds as well. So they sound really, really good. Now after that, I go back in time a little bit. I'm listening to Tom's Diner by Suzanne Vega. Just right at the beginning, there's just her voice. There's no instruments, and you can really pick up all the detail of her voice, her breathing, you know, almost like her lips smacking a little bit, and you can hear everything. And then when the instruments join in, you can definitely hear a strong separation of the instruments across the sound stage. And I feel like something about the way these buds sit in your ears, it just makes it feel like a big, wide experience that you're getting out of them. And finally, wearing a Pink Floyd shirt, we might as well at least talk about a Pink Floyd song. So in Great Gig in the Sky by Pink Floyd, an all-time vocal performance by Claire Torrey, with her wailing her vocal instrument over the brilliant piano work throughout the song, and then you can hear her voice just transitioning into the fade out into glory after the 4-minute mark. Like, everything just sounds great in this song and through these earbuds. Check it out. Now, there are a lot of differences in sound from the original SE, but I definitely prefer the TruEngine 3 SE's sound. It feels warmer and a more full experience to me across the entire range. Just feels a lot better balanced. So what could be better about the Soundpeats TruEngine 3 SE? Look, man, these are under $50. They get tremendous specs. They sound great. I wouldn't call them a running bud, but I do think that if I had to pick on something, I'd have to pick on the mics. I'd just like to see the gain on the mics turned up a little bit. But I have tons of recommended uses for these, right? They sound great, and they're gonna be very comfortable. They're an easy recommendation for music listening, for going to the gym, and just blocking out your surroundings. And that, my friends, is my review of the Soundpeats TruEngine 3 SE. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, everyone. So Zen out.